From topics A to Z via 1, 2, 3, you'll always be fun to me. Your hyper-focus will never be mocked. So let's deep dive on Torin Talks. Hello and welcome to the Torin Talks Podcast, where where hyper-focusers are exactly enough and never too much. Today we are talking to Crystal's Imagination. Crystal is a fantastic variety streamer on Twitch. She plays a number of games while having deep, lovely conversations interspersed throughout, and truly much, much more. And I'm so excited to get to the more of this, and we'll jump right in. Hi, Crystal, how are you?
You have to leave that in, by the way, the hyper or whatever you just said. Yeah, you got.
No, I am.
Awesome. Yeah, let's go. Oh, can I say fuck?
Yeah, you can say fuck.
Okay, great.
If we can't, I'm very
I never know
right now.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. I cuss a lot.
Thumbs up. Oh, goodness. Oh, my God. Well, how are you? How's things going this weekend? Everything going good?
We're super busy.
Yeah.
I say we. I don't know who the fuck we is. Me and my partner, my dog. My dog's not busy. I'm busy. I'm super fucking busy. But we're here, we're doing it, and I'm excited to be on your podcast. So thank you so much for having me.
No,
I'm very excited. Looking forward to this. This is going to be so fun.
Heck yeah. With your streaming, and I mostly do this just so we can get a little glimpse of what your world is like, right? So you have two streaming channels. You got your personal one and you got the Tales Network one and everything like that.
Yep.
With your two channels, at least the way I view it, and please correct me if I'm wrong. So Crystal's Imagination is your personal one where you get to just, do whatever you want. And then Tales Network is just strictly for the business, right? So can you kind of give me an idea of just what those two channels do, if I'm wrong, or expand upon it for me?
Yeah, no, you hit the nail right on the head, especially because we're still learning what we want to do on the Tales Network channel, because I definitely want to do more.
Gotcha.
So right now, Tales Network is mostly just for our live listen parties, like community events where we play Phasmophobia together, or Among Us, or fun stuff like that. But I want to expand and grow that because it is Tales Network. So these are conversations that I will be having with you, at the beginning of the year. What's it like if Tales Network is on all day? What does that look like? How much fun is that? How can we make it a place where people just come and hang out the same way they hang out with you and I? And yeah, Crystal's Imagination is absolutely the free for all. We do all kinds of stuff on there. I let my ADHD just run wild over on Crystal's Imagination.
Here's your sandbox.
Literally, it is my sandbox, and I make a mess.
In a very fun way. No one has to clean it up because you just hit
exactly.
stream.
I just hit, literally, at this point, I'm I used to have this really fancy starting soon screen or whatever too. And I watched a lot of Harris Heller's videos, and he is he gives a lot of good streaming advice and tech advice and stuff like that. And he was so anti starting soon screens, and I wasn't.
Really?
Because he was because people just want to come in and like we were talking about earlier, especially if you have the ADHD, people just want to come in and go, right?
Right.
One of the reasons I did it was because Twitch and their fucking ads, is even if I have the ads on, and I run them once an hour.
Now
you have to. I don't have a choice. You don't have a choice. But as soon as you start streaming, it will play an ad no matter what. No matter what, it plays the ad. So I was using that kind of starting soon time to let the ad play, and then I go live.
See, that's
but now
smart.
I'm just tired. Yeah, that's what I was used. That's what I used to do, because literally you go live and the first thing somebody sees when you go live is a fucking ad. Yeah. So if they're not subscribed to you, they'd land in your channel and whatever. And I think playing an ad when you have to turns off pre-rolls. And I think what that means, I still need to, people can correct me if I'm wrong.
Versus,
Yeah, I think the pre-roll is that if somebody new jumps into your channel, they're not immediately hit with an ad. I think that's what it's supposed to, but I need to dive into that more, because there was a balance. Twitch was hey, if you do this, we'll turn pre-rolls off. But I'm but you still fucking run ads when my stuff starts. So I've got to, once I have spoons, I have to dive into that a little bit more to figure out. But yeah.
Isn't that the real kicker? When I have spoons and the energy, and it's always the little things that really, could make it better. And you really want to focus on, and then capitalism is hey, Do you want
Dude, running live ads on fucking somebody's stream was the worst idea, but the best idea if you're a villain.
Yeah.
Because, like, literally, right? Like, that's so real, right, though? Because, like, if I'm a greedy motherfucker and I just want your money, right? In me as a consumer, if I'm watching somebody stream and, like, a fucking ad plays in the middle of something, I want to subscribe so I get rid of the fucking ad.
Yeah.
So it's great
That was
for you.
Sorry. You're so
Worse, but if I'm just a streamer, right, and I don't want, like, if you subscribe, great, thank you so much. Yes, please give me your money. But, like, it shouldn't be a requirement to get rid of a fucking ad.
Yeah.
And I don't even have control over what ads were played.
No.
Like, at one point, Ninja was, like, out of pocket with the fucking shit that was coming out of his mouth, and they were playing his fucking ads on my channel. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, like, how about we don't do that? Oh my god, that's
Right.
so funny. Sorry, it was just
No, you're fine.
It was so funny. It tickled me so bad. And it reminds me of the opt-in versus opt-out thing where you're
Bro,
yeah.
don't even fucking
nope,
get me started.
never mind.
As a web
Buckle it back.
designer,
Yes.
let me just tell everybody, as a
Please.
professional web designer, they're doing that on purpose. There is no technical reason that you cannot be automatically opt out of something.
Yeah.
It's very simple.
It's
They are
incredibly
doing that
simple.
shit on purpose. That is 100%. If you're a fucking villain and you want to make people fucking keep your shit, that is a choice. And it's not even a hard choice. It's literally a fucking checkbox on their end too, fam.
Yeah.
Okay? It's
No, it
not
really
even
is.
like deep coding. There's nothing deep about it.
No. God, that was so funny. I'm so sorry. Because, I mean, but you're so right. You're not wrong at all. God, I love it. Now, with your stream right now, because I know, now, for everyone's edification who does not know, Crystal runs Tales of the Forgotten. I messed it up. Can you say your business? Because I'm going to mess it up. I'm so sorry.
No, you're going Tales of the Forgotten Fiction. It's a mouthful. You could just say Tales Network, Tales of the Forgotten. We roll with all of them. Tales, fuck it, whatever. It's all good.
Anyway,
Exactly. Good voice acting
Crystal's
warm-up.
doing... Thank you. Tales is doing a phenomenal event right now, so I know you got a lot going on, and we'll get into it, of course. But you have found time to stream on your own channel right now, a little bit. And I was gonna say, just in general, is there any like favorite game or anything you've been doing recently on there? I know you just kind of sandbox and pick whatever you want, but is there a hyper focus or a something to deep dive on right now?
I mean, right now we're playing a lot of Apex, and mostly it's just like stress relief, which is a stupid thing to say because Apex is like a toxic relationship. It's a terrible relationship. It's so stressful. We were playing last night, and that's like somehow my wind down time, but I don't think it's good because I think it's actually just keeping my cortisol levels really high. I think I actually need to be playing like Power Washer or something. I think I need to stop playing Apex before I go to bed because you either have a really fun time in Apex or you're like, fuck this game. I'm so fucking mad.
Yep. Nope. It's
There's
true.
no in between.
Nope.
But yeah, right now, I look at, I love streaming because I love hanging out with people. And I was like, oh shit, I could maybe make money playing video games. Fuck yes. So I'm a very kind of just like, fuck it, I want to stream, let me hit the button. And I'm working right now anyway. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just co-work because that's a thing that people like to hang out with you. Yeah. So for the last week or so, it's all been co-working because I'm fucking busy. And I'm like, well, I might as well just hang out with my community while I'm working. Like, why not? You can hang out with me or not. Like, I don't give a fuck. Either way, I gotta fucking work, bro. Yeah. So I might as well stream.
Literally, like, same. I only started co-working maybe in the last year and a half, maybe, on there. But it makes it easier and I don't get stuck. I don't know about you. But for me, I don't get stuck in my own thoughts as much where I would ruminate on things. Like, is that a good idea? Is that a bad idea? Did I send that email? Did I type something weird in that email?
It definitely helps.
Yeah, you just get stuck all the time. Now, for the company, we talked a little bit about it. Tales Network, Forgotten Audio. I was going to ask, because I haven't had a chance to ask this, what was the inspiration, I guess is the best way to say it? How did the name come about? Because we haven't had a chance to actually sit down and talk about it.
That's a really good question.
Oh, no. No. I'm joking. I honestly,
you're good.
This was like a 2 a.m. shower thought. Like, oh, that's a really good idea.
Maybe. Yeah. I think it was. So we had hilariously a TTRPG that you got to play in. You got to play in Forgotten Season 3, right?
Yeah.
Or not, we haven't even actually gotten to see. You got to play in like the pre-game of like Forgotten, the pre of Forgotten because life was like crazy. So the first season of the very first TTRPG that I ever DM'd was called Forgotten. And it was called Forgotten because I wanted to make this, I had this idea that these were, you know, all these characters that were like lost to time, and it was like this whole deep thing. You know how when you first DM, like you've got all these plans and notes, and now I'm just like, we're just doing some stuff, bro. DMs know. If you're a fucking DM, you know exactly what the fuck I'm saying. Like the first time you DM, you got like a big ass book like this and notes and shit for your players. And then once you realize players are squirrels, you stop doing that because players are squirrels and you just improv the whole time. Like I literally like 99% of my sessions are improv. I don't think my players know this too. Like that thing with Forgotten Season 3 with the 4 arms and the 2 arms. No idea. I had no idea until that day.
Amazing.
Until that moment, actually.
It.
That moment. I knew that there was going to be beef, and then I didn't know why. I had no idea why they were beefing. And literally in the middle of the session while you guys were fighting, it came to me. And then all of a sudden he was like, fuck 2 arms. And I was like, I don't know.
If you want to catch up with that, you can look at it on YouTube for the record.
It's on YouTube. It's on YouTube.
Please
But yeah, I think the name kind of came from that because I liked the idea of like this because I'm a Scorpio, right? So we're all like deep and mysterious and shit, or we try to be. And
we got some
I liked yeah, right. I liked the idea of like this forgotten archive of stories that people could come to because I love like, you know, Torin and I have talked about this, that I really love smart marketing. And I love marketing that's kind of like in character. So one of the reasons we did Tales of the Forgotten and what we're going to lean more into is like, these are literally like, imagine that you find a secret archive of cool shit and you're finding all these tales that have been lost to time. And that's kind of where the whole mantra of Tales of the Forgotten comes from. That's what we're going for, that you are literally like this wanderer in this, you know, galactic record of shit and you're finding all these cool stories.
You know me in this regard of just, that's like my favorite part of RPGs, like video games or even TTRPGs, when a DM's just like, you took the effort and the time here, and I'm like, yeah, things
definitely.
I can dig into. Let's go. Oh my gosh. Okay, I love that. Oh, I love that, Crystal. That's so cool. See, I'm so glad I asked that question. So,
dude, we've done some fun shit. Like I just got one time. So the website was under construction, right? And of course, this is what Torin is going to help me with this year because Crystal gets ideas like the day of and then wants to do them that day.
Yeah, so I know no one saw me, but I saluted. Yep, that's me.
Yeah. So like. The website was under construction and I was like, this would be a really funny way to do like some tongue-in-cheek shit. So while because I was upgrading the membership backdrop for like you know, user whatever, because web design, to learn that skill. God, so
it's
good.
Very important.
Anyway, yeah, or hire me, you know, side note. But anyway, so I made this awesome audio that was just like, do not come into hallway 87. There's some shit going on. And I had like all these sound effects and that was playing while the website was under construction.
I love that. That is so...
Yeah, we were doing, yeah.
That's so genius. I love that. What?
Yeah. So I love smart marketing like that because modern marketing bores the shit out of me. I fucking hate it. Yeah. But like smart marketing, like I get a different trailer if I take the blue pill versus the red pill. I love that shit.
Oh,
I
same.
Love that shit.
Yeah. And then,
so
you know,
I want to find more ways to do that.
Right. And like it reminds me of games with replayability.
Yes.
Oh, girl, that's so smart. I love that. So for Tales of the Forgotten Audio Network, for anyone who is unaware, please go check that out. It's wonderful. And it's all audio dramas at the current moment and very varied audio dramas is what I was trying to say, with different genres and approaches to things. So with the, like, is there a story that you have written thus far that is your favorite? Like, what are you most proud of out of the things that you have, by the way, solely written, correct, if I'm correct on that?
Yeah, I wrote them all. Yeah.
God, so what blows my mind. Anyway, for all of the ones you've done thus far, is there a favorite or one that stands out or one that you return to, like, in your mind? Like, I really want to go back there. Or do you love all your babies equally?
I I kind of love all my babies equally. I tend to have favorite characters more than favorite stories.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there tends to be characters that kind of stick with me more than the stories. I think what I'm really proud of is Tales is kind of how we're growing and learning and improving audio quality and just basically just getting better at what we do.
Yeah.
Because like, so the very first one we did was Legacy, a Star Wars audio drama. And it technically, and I can just say this, just it's not great because I mean, it's a bunch of, it's not the voice acting. All the voice actors are incredible. Yeah. And I know a lot of them want a different shot at it because a lot of them, it was their first time voice acting. It was mine. And the audio quality, like we sound like, you know, you're not in a treated booth. And, you know, a lot of the stuff, we just didn't know what we were fucking doing, bro. We just made some art, but it's still carrying the network on its back. People still love it. There's a gentleman who comes into my stream. He's listened to it like 50 fucking times. I'm not kidding.
I love that.
Yes, I love that too. Like he has listened to it so much. And I'm just like, I love that too. We got so many nice like messages too. Like this one guy, I'll never forget it. And then I got receipts, y'all. He emailed me. He said, "Thank you so much for this. You reminded me of like the happiness that I felt when I first watched like the original trilogy and shit like that." And I'm like, bro, this is a story about women. Strong women, I got sex, I got gay people, like this is the wokest fucking Star Wars ever. And all these dudes are like, I fucking love this, bro. I'm like,
who wouldn't? Number one.
Fuck? Right.
And if you don't,
right. But I put bisexuals in the horror story and people are like, don't be fucking woke. Anyway,
yeah, no.
Because Star Wars fans are fucked, so I thought that Star Wars would get a lot more flack than it does, but everybody fucking loves Legacy.
But I feel like the true lovers of what I will call the true core of it won't. You know, the people that can have the ability to look behind the surface of something, even just a teensy tiny little bit, like will absolutely not feel that way. And people who, you know, and what I mean by surface, not like pretty lights, you know, like sound effects.
Can you do that again? That was amazing. That was just different. Like,
you're welcome. No, but like
that made me unreasonably happy. That was so great. Best lightsaber sound ever. That's it. That's all the lightsaber sounds. When we redo Legacy, all the lightsabers are gonna go.
You know, I was gonna make a monster reel. Fuck that. I'm gonna make a sound effects reel, and it's gonna just be really bad ones.
Please, fucking please. That would be so great. Don't even
need to tell Pixel they don't even need any sound effects libraries. You got me.
I'll be like, babe. When you need a sound effects, just tell Torin to get on the mic. We got it. Fucking got it.
It's gonna be so bad. That was so funny. Sorry. Anyway, I love that though. That's so sweet. And also, just real quick shout out to the long fan of your Star Wars podcast. That's really wonderful.
Yeah, it's wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful. Yeah. I mean, that's one of the reasons streaming is so great too, because I streamed and then he just wandered into the stream and he's just been such a nice guy. And he's like, yeah, how can I support you? And he signed up for a membership and all that kind of stuff. So it's been great. And then he still comes and hangs out. He was on a road trip and he made his wife listen to that shit. Like he's listened to Legacy like 50. I'm not like, he's listened to Legacy and insane. He just keeps listening to it.
That's
and I love that for him. I love that so much. Like that just makes me so happy.
Honestly,
you know,
I'm not that I want to lead you down any paths, but I'm like, can we just make some episodes for him? Like,
right? Like, Tara's mom also huge fan.
Oh, that's really cool.
Huge fan. Tara's mom like harasses Tara. Like is like, hey, when's the next episode coming out? They make any more of them shows? Like they'll listen. Tara and her mom will listen to Tale shows together. So we actually did give her a shout out in one of the holiday specials. We said this is for her. But yeah, it's just adorable. I love it. This is why we do it. This is literally.
It's just gonna be you and me brainstorming. I'm so sorry.
That's fine. That's fine.
No, that's so sweet.
I am set.
I love that. That is so sweet. And like, yeah. Anyway, fans are great. And I said this on another episode that has nothing to do with what we're talking right now, but it applies of just tell people when they do something good. You know what I mean? Please. Or something you appreciate.
Please.
Whether it's like our personal streams, you know, anything like that, or audio dramas. Yeah, audio dramas are great. Go listen. Anyway.
Go listen. There's so much good audio fiction out there, and we make a lot of it too. So go listen to that shit.
Yeah, you should. Now, I know I've asked a little bit about this before, but with the audio dramas that you've written, is there a particular process or things that truly help spark, the ideas in the initial phases as you're writing, et cetera, et cetera? Like, is there a setup? Is there a mindset?
No.
See, this is why I love asking these questions, because, like, I'm so type A, where I'm just like, all right, I need this, and I need this, and I need this. You know what I mean? Like, and you just go for it. It makes me so happy.
So I keep thinking about this because once again, we're making an audio drama while being very stressed about survival and bills and stuff.
Yeah.
And I keep wondering what it's going to be like when like 80% of my energy isn't tied into the hellscape that is America and this stupid ass system. And what it's going to be like when all that is freed up to literally focus on my creativity. I was actually I'm like, is it going to start sucking?
I'm not creative
is this
anymore.
what makes my art good?
No.
Like, is it actually gonna, like, when I'm actually can do something and I'm not fucking stressed and exhausted, does that mean it's not gonna be good anymore? Like, I don't know. We're gonna find out because I'm gonna fucking get there. But I'm like, once again, like, I am so fucking stressed out about life stuff, but I'm like, whatever, I gotta work on Vampire, it doesn't matter. But yeah, no, ideas, I have so many story ideas, like, that's never been a problem for me. It's always finding the executive function and the time to get them out.
Gotcha.
But like, don't always listen to your weird uncle. Hannah and I were at the park, and I was like, I wanted to do like a fun slasher type shit for Halloween, and then we just had a conversation, and then there was the script.
I love that.
And it is one of my favorite shows because it's so fucking funny. Because I love like horror comedy. So, and fucking always listen to your weird uncle. I think it's fucking hilarious. It has one of the funniest scenes too. Like, real quick story.
Yeah, please.
There's a I didn't realize how long dialogue is between two characters. So there's a scene where a guy is running down a hallway while two people are talking. And when I put everything on the track, I was like, this is the longest hallway in fucking existence. And it's not even like they're having a long conversation. She's literally like, oh, he's a little bitch. And she's just like, always had been. Let's fucking kill him. And she's like, sure. So it's literally that fast. But the whole time he's supposed to be running away from them. And they're in a house. So but I left it. I was like, fuck it. So it's now been a running joke. It's like in the ad too, like Zoe, who played one of the characters in there, like one of the ads for always listen to your weird uncle is like, is your hallway too short? Part of it. So now it's just, we're like, fuck it. It's a big house. The hallway's just really, he's running for so long, you guys. Like, you hear, like, he opens the door, he sees them, he's like, fuck, and he takes off and they're talking and he's still fucking running.
Oh my God. Okay. Two thoughts. Number one, random thought. Shotgun houses. I don't know if you've ever seen those. Like I
lived in one in New Orleans. Yeah.
Okay.
Shotgun
I was
houses.
gonna say,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. Where I'm from, like, they're everywhere. Like mill houses, shotgun houses. Number one thought. Number two thought. The scene in Monty Python, The Holy Grail, when he's running to save and quote the princess from the castle, and they keep going back, like the guards are just standing there, like, just standing there doing nothing, and then far off shot, cut to him, and the knight's like, dum 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 dum, running, like, and it just keeps repeating that same frame, and then all of a sudden he's in the shot with the guards, like.
It's hilarious.
Like, that's what I'm imagining, like, in my head, of just this guy running down, or maybe he's just really slow. I don't know.
Right.
He could be a really slow runner.
I was like, because there was just nothing to do in post. I was like, I don't know how to fix this, so you know what? Fuck it. We're just going to go with it.
Then you can't narrate that it's like 2 doors. He passes 2 doors. No. Now he's got to pass 4.
No.
Now 5.
Right.
Now 8.
Right. And there's no narration. It's just them talking shit before they fucking do what they're going to do to him. So it was just like, I was like, you know what? We're just going to leave it.
You know what? That's what fiction's about, y'all.
That is absolutely. And now it's a running joke and everybody loves it. So you know what? You know what? Sometimes you don't have to fix the thing. Sometimes you're just like, you know what? We're just gonna let it ride.
It's like TTRPGs when you just go, the dice tell a story. Like, you have thoughts of what you want it to be, and the dice are like, no, honey, I got you. Just roll.
It's creepy.
Yeah, it really is.
Dice rolls are creepy, dude.
I swear, like, not that I am woo-woo in any way, but man, sometimes they just know. They're like,
They know.
I got you, honey boo boo. Don't worry about
Mm-hmm.
it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, with your audio dramas, I have a personal affection just for the way that you write things. Now, with your writing style, I mean, I find it personally unique of just we get a little insight into some of the characters, if not all of them, where
Mm-hmm.
they narrate their inner thoughts, not necessarily like in the scene or to another character, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
it's to the audience, really. Was that something that spawned from a favorite audio drama that you listened to, or was it just the way that it came out with your writing style? What was the, inspiration, impetus to include some internal monologue with it?
That's because I was an author first. And
Mm.
I still am. So I wrote 2 science fiction novels.
Yeah.
And there's always an omniscient narrator in a science fiction novel, right? Just always. So when we adapted Legacy, which was just a fan fiction that I wrote, I just left it in.
Oh.
And then I started listening to audio dramas and I realized that that wasn't the norm.
Mhm.
And then I actually got a little annoyed by that because I know that it's theater of the mind. I know that. And I'm not one that needs to be handheld, but there is a point where I do need to know what the fuck this is. Like what the fuck is happening in this scene, because I think there's only so much you can do with sound.
Right.
You know? Like, I mean, so, and we're actually, now I'm starting to experiment a little more with how can I pull back on the narration a little bit and leave more to sound as Hannah and I get better at it, you know?
Okay.
But we will still always have narration because I think we had a good, I think, balance of that, swinging back to Weird Uncle, where kind of the first part of Weird Uncle, there isn't narration, but you get what's happening. Like it's 4 girls in their apartment, and the way that I was able to write dialogue, you know that there's a fucking ghost in their kitchen, like opening up cabinets and shit. Like you hear the bangs. Like that's the kind of stuff that I could leave to the audience's imagination without annoying them. Like what the fuck is happening? And then, but once we got into the later part, I was like, oh, now we're getting into like fighting. So I want the audience to kind of get some insight into these characters. So we kind of had a balance with that. So that's what I think I'm getting better at, to not lean on that too much, because I think there is a skill and cleverness in the way you write a script to inform the audience about what's going on without leading to narration. I listened to a really amazing audio fiction show. I'll give it a shout out, Life with Leo, done by Lauren Shippen and her group over at Atypical. Yeah,
I was
sure,
like, it's
absolutely.
atypical, isn't it? Yeah. I love it.
It's absolutely atypical. Yeah. And nothing, I mean, now granted, it was kind of a romantic comedy, so there wasn't a lot of need for narration or what, there really wasn't what was going on in scenes. But I listened very closely to things. And it was fine, you know? So I think there's a lot that I can learn from some of the people who have done it with, but I think when it comes to, because we like to write a lot of action and fight scenes and things like that. And I have listened to audio dramas that had a fight scene. There is one, I won't name it because I don't want to badmouth it, but it's fucking incredible. It's one of my favorites. It lives rent-free in my head. I love the characters, but I don't know what's happening in any of the goddamn fight scenes. And it's to this day is driving me insane, especially because like the main character is like this badass bitch, and I know she's doing some cool shit, and I'm hearing things and I have no idea what she's doing, and I'm so mad.
And like at that point, I want people to envision it. Like some people don't think in those terms, or they don't have like visuals, and almost like I think why I really appreciate your inner monologue or revelation to the listeners is actually for that accessibility reason. And I know we talked about this a little bit just in marketing too. It's, for me personally, with my neurodivergence, sometimes it's hard for me to understand what some other people have assumed and or is common knowledge.
Sure.
And so with your way that you tell stories in your audio dramas, I actually really appreciate that sometimes, because I can try to make leaps, but then people are like, that's what you got? And I'm like, that's not what you got. So getting a little insight into the characters and not necessarily making sure I'm, quote, right and or, on like, there's no right or wrong here, right? In creative spaces. But there are some things that are super hard to convey without doing things like that, like dialogue, because I know we talked about this too, just it's hard to write as people actually speak sometimes with stories, right? And so that's why, at least for me personally, I really appreciate that. Like, I almost find it as an accessibility thing. Yeah. And
And I want to tell people that you still get to interpret things the way you want, because I think Vampire Beginnings is like a really great example, because I wrote Vampire because I just like vampires and I love love. Yeah. Okay, it was not deep, y'all. I swear to fuck, it was not. I like vampires and I like love, and I'm like, I want to write a vampire story where there's fucking adults, because fuck all this 12-year-old nonsense. I'm 3,000 years old and I'm in love with a baby. Like, get the fuck out of here. I hate love triangles. Make a fucking decision. I cannot with y'all. So I didn't want none of that. I did not want. I'm not. You want to be poly, great, but don't be the fucking love triangle. I fucking hate it. But anyway, so us all. That's what I wanted it to be. It was just like, I love love. Kind of a annoyance to lovers type thing with fucking sexy vampires, like on a completely different planet. Like, I wanted to, like, there was like the, but then I'll never forget it. And it's why it's one of the reasons why episode 7 took so long. One of my listeners came in and started talking about what they were taking away from Vampire. Oh. And now I had to be so clear about messaging. So now I was like, oh. And then I started thinking about my own fucking story, and I was like, bitch, there is hierarchy, there is slavery, there is such a correlation that can be made between vampires and humans to, like, colonialism, patriarchy, like, fucking racism, like, all of that is in this story, and you had no idea. Oh. Like, I genuinely didn't. Like, I'm writing all this, I don't know if, like, Stop it. I don't know if, like, subconsciously it was like, and I just didn't fucking notice, but there are depths and layers to the story. And then somebody pointed it out to me and I'm like, oh, I need to be very clear about what I want this story to stay. Like, this is not just about Alexa and Rhaegal, like, falling in love and being all ooh and Boise being annoyed about it. There is, like, some serious shit. Right. So, like, I had to be like, remind myself, like, bitch, you have a responsibility with the messaging of this story. And I was like, oh. Let me look at what I'm writing.
I love that, though. I really do, because
thanks.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, we're talking about this a little bit not too long ago, of course, in this space. But, like, the way that I would personally overanalyze and writing a story like that, like, what is your main message versus how you approach it, I actually find it very freeing. But I love that learning moment of you got feedback or something, someone said something, you're like, oh shit, wait, wait. Oh yeah. Where there is room to improve here, or, you know, something that you got criticism / or feedback and then went, is this important?
Right.
Decided it was and then moved on. Like, I love things like that and the evolution of how those things happen, personally. So I found that really
thought it was great. It was just a great reminder. It was a great reminder, I think, for me as a writer, about how stories can get away from you. And, you know, as artists, you know, once you release something into the wild, even if you have narration, even if somebody has an inner fucking monologue, people are still going to take away what they take away from it, right? Yeah. Like, I'm going to sneeze. No, it's gone. Thank you. So in Legacy, for example, we got a hilarious comment that somebody dipped out because they were like, a Jedi wouldn't sleep with this other guy and have this other guy's baby. And I'm like, well, she's not a Jedi. And we make that so fucking clear. Like, this character is, like, from the moment we meet her, is struggling with not being a full Jedi and is at most a gray Jedi. And, like, her whole fucking, like, it's so clear that she is not your traditional fucking Jedi. And his comment being like, that's not what a Jedi would do. I'm like, that shit just went right over your fucking head and crashed into the fucking wall, bro. Like, you missed the whole... Right. Like, that you're right, bro. That's not what a fucking Jedi would do, because she's not a fucking Jedi. Like, I don't know what, like, so, bro, like, you could.
Sorry. Again, you're absolutely correct. Once it's released, that's just where it goes. Like,
that's just where it goes, bro. People just, you know, and you as a creator have to decide, like, what feedback is worth your time and what wasn't. But, like, this person, when he gave me feedback on Vampire, it literally just made me, like, rethink my own story and realize that there are so many, like, layers to this. And I'm so conscious of, I think if there's the one thing I'm conscious of in my writing is trying to flip like traditional tropes like on their head.
Right.
You know, it's one of the reasons why I think Alexa has beef with her mother instead of it being like a father figure, you know, like little, like we try to do like little things like that where we're not, you know, rehashing the same types of things. So I try to be aware of that. And, you know, just, you know, what we're saying. And because, I mean, hilariously, diversity is so important to us. Like when we had the amazing Gerald Hill do our artwork. And Maganda, the woman who plays Alexa, she's mixed race, but I don't think she's black. But Alexa is, and I'm like, oops. And then, right. And then when Gerald did the cover art for us, Regal was a black guy, and Isaac, the guy who plays Regal, could not be whiter. He's white as fuck, bro.
Yeah.
Right. And I was like, Gerald, can we change that? Because to be fair, I didn't give Gerald any notes. Because a lot of the time when I'm casting calls are always open to whoever. And we try to be like, I'm more conscious of that now than I was when I casted Vampire. Because when I casted Vampire, I was literally just looking for a voice.
Right.
Like, I knew this character was like me. I knew that, you know, Alexa was like dark-skinned, mixed race, a woman. But I'm looking for a voice. With Regal, I was also looking for a voice. And then but I had the artwork done before I can. And then, you know, it kind of worked, but it worked out. So we changed it to try to, like, you know, be smart about that stuff. Right. So that's not, those are like little things that now I want to be like a little bit more conscious of when we're doing casting. So I'm not like, can you just change this artwork, world, please?
Well, and thanks for
we have, you know, proper representation.
And in a business sense, changing artwork, thankfully, is easier than just being like,
it absolutely is.
I know you said we were, you know, going to cast you for this, but oopsies.
Right.
Like that's a little
exactly.
easier to change. But I really appreciate that. And because things like this, there are some people I feel like get into a rut with things, or they're like, I already know how to do that. And I know we've talked about this in a business sense, but just you have to keep learning and keep growing with it. And it's never a static thing, ever. Running your own business, doing creative art, doing any project, there's always going to be a learning curve. And at least for me and all the things I've done, I've always run into people like that. Or like, well, I know how to do that. I'm like, okay, I'm sure you did in the context of when you did it.
Sure.
But there is a potential change in context here that really makes that very different. And even just the evolution of the casting calls like you're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I love that. Oh, my gosh.
I mean, I think it's especially hard for me, too, because I'm 45. I'll go ahead and date myself. So I'm like boomer / millennial, right?
Yeah.
So
wait, what? You mean
not
Gen Z?
Gen X. Yeah, Gen X. I'm like Gen X. Sorry.
We both just.
I know. We both like had a complete mental breakdown. I was like, so I'm like Gen X.
What are the generations?
Right? If you know, you know. So yeah. So like, one, I have a hard time remembering pronouns, and it's not because I'm trying to be rude to anybody. It's because my brain. It's so hard. Yeah. It's so hard, and not for asshole reasons. Just because, bro, I have a friend who went from she, her to they, them. Mm-hmm. It's been years.
Oh, no.
It's been years, family.
Oh, no.
I'm still struggling with it. And it's not because it's not even that I'm struggling with them. Mm-hmm. I'm struggling with words.
Yeah.
I am literally struggling with words. It's so hard. So yeah, it's just being mindful of like what terminology. So literally another thing, always listen to your weird uncle. Always listen to your crazy uncle.
Oh.
And then we were having conversations. Mm-hmm. I had to pause and have conversations about, is this ableist or not?
Yeah.
And some people were telling me yes, and some people were telling me no. There's like, there still hasn't been like any agreement on that. And I was like, fuck it, we're just going to change it.
Yeah. Like if
it doesn't
it's this
affect
big
the story.
Of a conversation, let's just
right. It's not a big fucking deal. Let's just fucking change it. So we're leaning on the side of like doing the right thing instead of potentially pissing somebody off for a stupid reason. Right. You know, so that's the kind of thing that I have to, because I'm still on that line. I'm not like, Hannah is much better at it than I am, but she's a little bit younger. So she's kind of literally, us Gen X people, we're literally unraveling the fucking tendencies of our fucking parents to try to be better human beings, you know, and we're trying, y'all. So literally.
So are millennials, okay? You know, salute. We really are. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, there's just things that just don't bother me that I know are big deals to other people.
Yeah.
You know, so that's why we're trying to be like diversity, you know, that kind of stuff. It's easy, but it's mostly for us, like being more sensitive about the terminology and how we phrase things and the wording we use. I mean, I had somebody do a sensitivity read on our mission statement as well, to make sure that we were using, to make sure that we were, you know, being inclusive in what, you know, we wanted to get across. It was, you know, instead of saying, you know, we believe in the right of women, it's like we believe in the right of people with uteruses. You know, you just have, you have to be like acknowledging that, you know. So yeah, it's, you know, it's we try to get it right, and we're learning every day. But that's why you said people who are just like, I know everything. Bitch, no, you don't.
Yeah, like, okay. Like, I get being, there's a way to be assured of yourself, to be comfortable, that you're, you know, like you can walk through life with confidence. But there's an absolute part of that where acknowledging that change is just part of that, and you can have the strength to know you can navigate it, even if you don't know how you're going to navigate it. Like, those are two very different things. Sorry, that's something in my brain that just, especially working in the corporate fields that I did, it was something I ran into very often. Like,
fucking mess. Absolutely.
Bro, I get that you just want to be contented and comfortable. Sometimes it's okay to be a little uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah. Listen, I've been uncomfortable for years. Just deal with it.
I feel like as minorities and also as perceived by society as women, that's just a given. Come on.
I don't have any sympathy for people anymore. My sympathy, it's so low. I'm just like, fucking deal with it. I'm in the fire right now. You don't know how many bridges I've burned this year. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, like,
about
I was born in the fire and I've never.
Right, like.
What was that Batman line?
I was merely adopted
you were the darkness. Yeah,
I was born in it or some shit. Yeah,
by it. God, it's so true though.
It's so real.
So was there ever an audio drama that like sparked the first audio drama for you? Like, how did you actually get into it?
I just decided.
Oh, well.
I literally just decided. So here's the
love you so much. Anyway, keep going. Sorry.
This is why I need you to help me merge my tendencies with your structure, Torin, because I was like, I just fucking did it. I literally just fucking did it.
Like, I needed you to influence me, so maybe we can balance out at some point in our lives.
We're gonna figure this out. I have so much faith in us. So like, probably like 50, I don't remember. It was like a while ago. I was like deep into Star Wars: The Old Republic, the video game, right? The MMO. Back when it was good.
I was like, as you should, because it's great. Yeah. Well,
yes, absolutely. Levels 1 through 50, play those stories to death. Loved it. I was like, and I get really bored in MMOs. Like, I can't play because the repetitiveness doesn't click in my brain. Like, I don't like it.
Right.
But SWOTR, I was like doing dailies. I was fucking raiding, bro. I was like hardcore in that shit.
Nice.
I love the story. Like, Star Wars is just one universe that I just fucking love it. I love it. I'm a huge fucking Star Wars nerd, bro. I will literally rage about some Star Wars shit. Like, that's just, yeah. So it was hilarious. I was on Twitter and I was like, should I write a fan fiction? And the official Star Wars account responded to me and said, yes, you should. Which was awesome, right?
Like, yes, no, I'm not even kidding. Thank you.
Exactly that. So I did. So I wrote this like fan fiction, and then I just wrote it, and you know, it was fine on message boards. People liked it, whatever. And then it just sat for years. And then I honest to fuck don't remember why audio drama. I don't remember what happened. I know it was probably I saw something triggered in my brain. I remember that I was slowly trying to get into audiobooks and doing more with audio. Like, I was kind of following trends and learning and starting to move into that space, right?
Gotcha.
But I don't remember what sparked it. But at some point, it was just like, okay, we're going to turn Legacy into an audio drama, and I'm going to get voice actors, and I'm going to do that. So I just put up a very casting call on Twitter. I didn't expect to get the responses that we did.
Yeah, no, it exploded, didn't it?
Yeah, I didn't expect to get the talent that we got. Like, incredible. And so we just did it. We just made it, and I fucking dragged Hannah into it, because eventually I was like, please help me.
I'm drowning, please.
Literally. And thankfully, Hannah has been somebody, like, her love is linguistics and languages, and she's so fucking smart and so fucking brilliant, but so creative. So, and she's always loved, like, Foley work. That's always been something that she wanted to do. And she took to sound design just naturally.
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as we brought her in, Legacy just started sounding better.
Right.
But we still don't know what, I think I'm making all the fucking episodes in like Sony Vegas Pro. My God, that was so hard. So we just like, literally, I was just like, fuck it, we're just going to do it. And then I fell in love with it. I'm like, oh, this is next. This is next. This is what's next for me. This is it. So Tails just got born after that. And so I just, I'm just like, fuck it, I'm going to just do it. I have no idea how it's going to support me or we're just doing it.
Yeah. The universe is like,
so we're doing it.
Just grabs your head like, over there. Oh!
literally that. Yeah.
And it's so funny how once because I think you and I both came from more like corporate, businessy backgrounds, right? And so there's some, at least for me, amazing just shift when the creative spark just goes and just starts and the dominoes just start falling of
so good.
Like, oh, that is a great idea. No, this is actually fulfilling. Holy shit.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. I love that. And now, was there, when you were kind of learning, or I would even say maybe even before you started learning or deciding to do this, were you the type to listen to audiobooks and audio dramas at all? Or like when you were working?
Well, not audiobooks, because I have kind of with my ADHD, when I'm working, I can listen to things, but not with lyrics. So I listen to a lot of epic music. I can't do lyric things. But I also can't sit still enough to listen to audiobooks. So if I'm listening to an audiobook, then I've got to be playing like Power Washer, some game that still lets me do things, but I can still focus on what's going on. But hilariously, back in the day, I used to really like listening to old time radio shows with my great grandmother. Yeah, like the really, really like old school ones. I remember that we used to listen to those when I was a kid all the time. And I really, really liked them. So it was kind of like finding an old friend coming back into them, So I don't listen to as many audio dramas as I want to because I'm very fucking busy. But it's kind of one of those where you do need to kind of immerse yourself like in the medium that you're in. Yeah. So I would like to listen to more. It's the same thing being an author. I don't read enough books. I need to look, there's a lot of shit I got to do. Okay. I know.
Well, I'm going to thing because I feel the same way and I will fall down that hole. Thank you. All right, continue.
Yeah. But yeah, I did listen to a bunch. And I think listening to them was really great because I was like, oh, actually we can do this. It felt very like, that level of confidence. I was like, oh, our stuff sounds just as good as this. Like we can
like it feels tangible now.
Yeah. Like I know that there's like little things that we can do to improve, and I'm sure that there's some technical stuff that we could do, equalization, whatever the fuck that means. I still don't fucking know. Don't understand it at all. Can't wrap my brain around it.
I laugh in the shared,
Right, I know there's like some technical things that would make our stuff sound better or whatever, but our, from a storytelling, voice acting perspective, our shows, I am confident in saying, are just as good as anything else out there. And I will absolutely say that with my whole chest.
Yes.
We are. We are as good as anything else out there right now. So there's no reason you shouldn't listen to us versus something else. I think the only thing that makes one of our shows stand out is because we have that narration. So if so that's literally what makes us different. And I think that there's a angle that we can kind of grab onto there because for whatever reason, and this is blowing my mind, audio fiction is having a hard time finding an audience, which is stupid to me. And it's really stupid to me for like a couple of reasons. For whatever reason, audiobook listeners are not navigating into audio fiction.
Okay.
And I think there's a way to merge these two. That's kind of like my big brain corporate idea that I'll figure out at some point. Me and Torin will figure it out together. And then what's also blowing my mind is that audio fiction has a hard time getting sponsors.
Yeah.
And I also find that to be extremely stupid because somebody like Joe Rogan is relevant based on the topics that he's talking about week to week to week to week. Audio fiction or fiction podcasts in general are not bound by that same constraint. People always like horror, romance, fantasy, sci-fi. They will find these shows no matter how long that show has been published. The publish date on a fiction story doesn't matter. It will find an audience based on genre.
Right.
So the fact that audio fiction has such a hard time doesn't get the same ad spend as other shit is blowing my mind. The fact that audio fiction, it's growing, because I try to keep up with podcast reports, like it is growing, but podcasts in general are growing. Yeah. But it is a category that's growing, but it's still not as popular as anything else, and that's blowing my mind. Because literally, like 1920s, early on, like as soon as radio came out, people were making audio fiction.
Yeah. And that
so this has been here for ad nauseum, right? So like, why? What happened?
You know, I find that really fascinating too, because now this is totally just me and my perspective, right? I struggle to listen to podcasts about like current events or like opinion podcasts. Oh my gosh. I'm just like, no. Like I will to me, those are almost the equivalent of like ads. Like ads and like commercials and things. My brain immediately goes, no, thank you. Boop. And I honestly, I think it's just because, and this may be a millennial, it may just be me. I want truth. I don't want opinions. Yes. And I'm looking for a genuineness to the crazy world that we live in. You know, like, that's such a weird thing for me because, and the funny enough thing is, any audio dramas or any audiobooks I listen to, I would say 95% of them are fiction. And I will listen to others just more for research purposes. So I can stay like more current on what's working for audiobooks as an audiobook narrator. So that I find that really interesting. And yes, we again, business ideas. Like just
no, definitely. Because I think there's something there to it. I definitely do. But when you said about genuine, I feel like that is also a cultural shift that we are happening right now too, where people are absolutely looking for genuine creators and people who are, because you can tell, and we're just tired and we're over it. So that's a whole cultural thing that we can keep a grasp on too. But yeah, you're right. I never listen to a lot because but I think it's because we're neurodivergent, like that our brains are not tailored to that kind of thing, and the world runs on neurotypical, which is dumb because there's just as many neurodivergents. So I don't know what the numbers are, but I'll bet
named thing at this point. But
yeah.
The funny thing is though, maybe it's because I'm a decisive person, and so opinions flood my ability to make decisions.
Right.
Which I think maybe that's the difference there. I'm not sure, but I just find that really interesting, and I'll have to look at numbers with you, but. Because the thing is, like, the old radio plays, when radio first came out, it wasn't for fiction things. It was for, you know, like, let's tell the news. That way you don't have to wait for it to be printed, blah, 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 blah. And those audio plays and fiction things were the reprieve of, you know, hey, you have to tune into the world. You have to be up to current events. You have to know what's going on to make decisions about your life. Now here's your fun time. Now we have something shared to talk about and, you know, laugh about rather than war or things that had to be reported on. And so I find that really fascinating because you're absolutely correct, for the record. I believe you're correct. Where it's like, I hear more about, in the podcast realm, more about opinions and or current events or things like that. That's so interesting and funny to me. Anyway,
I have many, many, many deep thoughts about that. Some run into conspiracy theories, which are super fun, which I won't talk about here. But I will say it just speaks to how important art is.
It really
because
is,
no matter what, we always need storytelling. So, and I also think that while it sprinkles some hope into everyone's world, while things are like really terrible, we're talking about like Netflix merging with WB and all these big corporations and taking over storytelling with AI. And I think we all know why they're doing that. I also think there's a beautiful opportunity for indie creators and just not mega corporations to move into the space. Because while, yes, people are having fucking relationships with ChatGPT, there is also a whole, there's all the rest of us who are also looking for genuine realness. You know, we are still looking for the escapism and for the home that we find in storytelling, and that will never go away. So that's why the arts are so important, and they know that, which is why they're doing what they're doing. So this is all about narrative and message control and all that kind of good stuff. So it's more important than ever that you as consumers support the art that you love, speak loudly about it. You guys, people have to be loud right now. And I don't think people understand that it, you know, you don't, and then I get it. A lot of people are like introverted, you know, but you have to be loud about what you love, and you have to be louder about what you love than about what you hate right now, especially when it comes to supporting artists and indies and that sort of stuff. Like, you don't have to fall down rabbit holes, but literally just like, I love this audiobook, and go on a fucking tangent about it. Or, you know, like reviews, like shit, like all that stuff. It matters so much because there are people just like you who are looking for that genuine connection and genuine storytelling. But I could go on a whole fucking soapbox about that.
So for a second episode, no, but truly, yeah. I truly agree with that. And I imagine most people will. But there's a real, even just in recorded human history, there is a real need for art because it shines a mirror and reflects on what is happening.
Absolutely.
At the current time.
This is when artists go to work.
Absolutely. And, you know, it was kind of funny. I'll go back to when you were talking about if your life did calm down and you weren't stressed, like art would suffer maybe, because like, it, you know, unfortunately, in a way, art has to have that conflict and or some kind of rise in a story. To not necessarily make it interesting, but to have that payoff at the end where it feels like you did something good and or pays off that you listened all the way through.
Yeah.
Yeah. And unfortunately, in a lot of ways, your art.
You know what? I think it's fine. I think I've got 40 years of trauma that I can pull from. And I'm just 40? Dramatic. Yeah, I know, right? And I'm just dramatic. Yeah. Well, actually, as women, it probably did, like, because, you know, that study about how the generational trauma just carries over into fucking eggs. That's great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Because it's painful. Hi, I'm a millennial. I laugh at my pain. Thanks.
Yeah, so I actually think I'm good, Torin. I think that I can pull some of my energy back and life can be easy, and I'll remember.
See?
Don't worry.
I helped y'all.
You did.
I'm kidding.
I think I have experience to go on right now that I will be okay.
So funny. Oh my gosh. Honestly though, yeah. Because I'm
done.
45. I'm in my late 30s. But I feel like so much older every day. I swear. Oh my gosh. I feel like I've lived 2 lives now. But anyway, for my last question for you, Crystal, and this is more just fanciful things, barring all barriers such as money, copyright pressures, anything like that, is there a story you would want to write, a franchise you would take over, a franchise you would make, anything like that, just barring all, you know, capitalism, oppression?
I want to tell a story in the Star Wars universe. They could take Legacy if they wanted. They have to pay me for the original characters, though.
Yes.
But I want it. I want to write it, direct it. They can't have it. But I want them to give me aliens. Because they keep fucking it up. And it's pissing me off. It's pissing me off so much.
Because I feel that.
It's making me so angry.
Oh
I want aliens. Give it to me. Give it to me so I can do with aliens what my boy Dan is doing with Predator. Give it to me. Because you assholes have forgotten what makes Alien Alien. Fuck Ridley Scott and his diva ass. Just go make your stupid ass story about space Jesus and let us have Alien. Okay? Like that's fine, bro. You want to make whatever. I don't give a fuck. I want Alien. Give it to me. I want the whole fucking universe. Give it to me. No, he does. Did you not know? Like, fucking bro, like, fine, bro. You want to make a story about how the aliens came down because they got mad that they crucified Jesus? God love you. Do it, bro. I don't give a fuck. But I swear to God, if you don't stop fucking up aliens with your nonsense, I swear to God. And that fucking Aliens TV show, don't get me started on that bullshit. The most interesting thing in a show called Alien Earth was a fucking eyeball. Are you for real right now? And now you're making another one? Fuck out of here. Give me Alien.
Literally, and I know you're gonna get this due to ADHD and other things. The moment you said Alien Jesus, my brain, of course, like drew Alien Jesus, but like in the dumbest way. And This is really funny.
You now have to make art of that. I demand it.
Girl, if I made art about every dumb thought in my head, I wouldn't be able to do anything. I wouldn't be able to sleep.
It's probably really good that I can't draw because the way I want us to go into animation, bro,
Don't talk about
it's
that.
probably a really
No,
good thing
'cause
that I can't draw. Because we are going to do animation eventually, but it's probably really good that I don't know how to do it because I'm so type A like Torin. I would just be like, yeah, I'm gonna just animate some shit real quick. Bitch, when? When are you gonna animate something?
I know I said that was the
Please
last
tell
question,
us.
but my
You're
actual
gonna
last
write
question.
it, direct it? Like, when the fuck are you gonna animate?
Yeah, when? No. I love that so much. Okay, so that also means everyone listening and or watching, alien. Like, what was the guy on the History Channel? Aliens.
That guy, fucking with the aliens, bro.
Aliens. In this case, though, alien.
Right. Give it to me. Give me the whole universe. Give it to me.
I love it so much. Oh my goodness. Well, Crystal, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really appreciate
Absolutely.
it. And just,
This was so fun.
oh, good. And definitely thank you for helping me kick off this little passion project of mine. It's just,
Absolutely.
I love it. It
Yay.
makes me happy.
Yes.
So with season 1, these episodes, they'll be going out in March. Now, I know you've got vampires, so please talk about that too. But I want to make sure if there's anything that you're hoping for in March that people can be aware of and want to listen or find you for. I want to proverbial red carpet.
Yeah. Cool. So one, Torin, thank you so much for doing this. I love geeking out with creators, and I could do this all the time. Like, I love it so much. You were like, one more question. I'm like, why? We can keep going.
Girl, I'm not saying no. I'm just saying I know we both got work to do.
I know, right? You're right. It's just so real. So fucking real. Guys, please come hang out with me on Twitch. I'm trying to get back into streaming more and having fun, and I promise it won't all be co-working. I play all kinds of games on Twitch. I mostly love like builders and stuff and cool shit like that, and we just hang out and we have fun. So if you like high energy and lots of cussing and, you know, the vibe that I bring, please come hang out with me on Twitch. As far as the Tales Network, like, listen, find our shows whenever. talesoftheforgotten.com is the website. Have a listen, you know, leave us a glowing review. 5 stars. Okay.
As you should.
All that kind of good stuff. And then, I know that in 2026, so around the time that this comes out, we're going to be talking about Dragon Age. And we're going to be talking about our Dragon Age story. So it's definitely going to be a year of Dragon Age and probably more sex. Not in Dragon Age, but also some Tales After Dark stories. So, yeah.
I got so excited and then I just got so sad. Anyway.
No, there's sex in the Dragon Age story. But and Torin is going to be in our Dragon Age story. Torin has a major role in our Dragon Age story, and which I'm very excited about. By the time you hear this podcast, then Tales will be shifting to doing some stuff with Dragon Age, some stuff with Tales After Dark, and whatever else I try to fit in the schedule. And then Torin tells me no. Torin is like, that's 2027. And I'm like, but why?
And
she's like,
say no.
How much time do you actually have? And I'm like,
see, no, hold on. I don't say no. I just lead you to the conclusion of no.
Right. So I will be trying to put out 50 shows, and Torin was like, you can do 1, maybe 2. And I'll be like,
I usually just go, you know, what is reasonable in 2 months?
Don't ask me that. I was like, no. I just now realized that I'm working on an audio drama while streaming. I didn't think about that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think about that. Mm-hmm. I didn't think about I was going to be doing multiple things while already doing multiple things. It just now hit me yesterday. I was like, oh. Mm-hmm. Cool.
But see, that's called good planning. Anyway.
I don't have that yet. This is why we hire Torin.
Salute. Again, thank you so much, Crystal, for being here, taking the time. I really appreciate it. And as Crystal said, check them out on Twitch. It's twitch.tv//Crystal's Animation is where you can find
Imagination. Crystal's Imagination.
I fucked that up. It literally says imagination, and I didn't write it right. No, or I didn't read it correctly. I don't have words. Crystal's... I give up. What did I say?
It's going to be like a big-ass graphic on screen now, you guys, when you watch this on video.
With an asterisk, like, nope, Torin just fucked it up, guys. It's me. I'm the problem. Anyway, there are links on the Twitch page where you can find everything else, like Tales. So please go do that, especially because I can't talk. But for now, please cozy up and take care of yourself the best that you can. And in the words of Tigger, TTFN, That's Torin Talks for now. Bye, everybody. So let's deep dive on Torin Talks.